As a child, for me, pure happiness was dancing, was singing, it was acting, but mostly it was dancing. Dancing, you would find me dancing for 10 to 12 hours a day. You would never find me sitting. When I was about 9 years old, I was diagnosed with a skin condition called Scleroderma. It's an autoimmune disease that affects the connective tissues, making the skin really hard and tight, almost like stone. I overproduced collagen, and it mostly affected my musculoskeletal system. It was a very traumatic experience for me, learning how to, be dependent of other people to help me with my basic daily needs. And I became wheelchair bound within a year, about a year. And so I learned how to adapt. I think I've always been a person that adapted to changes, and I adapted to my situation. It affected the muscles and the movement of my body, so I couldn't dance like I used to, so I ended up discovering other creative outlets. And I discovered the art of film, making videos, mostly music videos, interpreting songs that I love. I've always been a visionary, so it's something that I really felt natural at. I also discovered recently, not modeling, you could say modeling, but it's just projecting myself in a creative way. Every morning, just doing my makeup is an excuse for me to be creative. Recently, I've established this concept about projecting myself in a very dark way, but also in a very playful and innocent, pure way. So I came up with the name called Tragic Doll, which embodies both darkness and light in different aspects. And the tragic part is my life has been like a tragedy. Being diagnosed with scleroderma at a very young age has been a living nightmare every single day. But I've noticed that it's also been a blessing in disguise. So I tend to say I've been blessed with a nightmare. I also love to dress up. I love to put on makeup. I love to be creative with the way that I project myself. I feel like my skin is very hard, like a doll, like a porcelain doll. And so that's how I visualize myself. And that's the way that I can actually cope with reality. It's not about finding myself, it's been about creating myself and being comfortable with who I am. For me, art is about stirring emotion with music when I'm playing an instrument, or I'm putting together an outfit or an art, art or makeup. I want it to stir emotion. So I finished college, I graduated this year, and I decided I have to be more artistic. Because if I'm not, I'm gonna go insane, or I'm gonna go depressed. What I do is I take my favorite songs that have inspired me as a kid. There's been bands such as Depeche Mode and The Cure and Enigma, also Yaz. And I want to take my favorite songs from these artists and recreate my own video interpretation of the song. So right now I'm working on a song called Situation by Yaz. A very popular, very well-known classic 80s synth-pop song. And because I always loved to dance as a child, I wanted to express myself in this video. It's actually a project that I've been working on with my sister. We're incorporating dancing, we're incorporating some really dark elements, we're incorporating some fun, energetic elements as well. And I think the concept of the video has developed over time, that I wanted to demonstrate to a person going through a really bad situation in the past, and yes, it's affected them, but at the same time it's trying to overcome that situation. So I'll show you real quick so you know what it is. So this is me, and that's my sister. And in the video, you can notice she's like a guard, almost like protecting me. I think she's protecting me from something very harmful or something that affected me a long time ago. This is my sister, Tiffany.
Hi.
She's been in my videos, all my videos actually. We always work together on these videos.
Oh yes, for years.
I started making these videos when I was about 18 years old. You were about what, 15?
17, 16.
Oh, 16, 17, right?
I was like a freshman in high school.
Yeah, so I have to say at first they were not excited about working on these videos. They thought it was too weird.
Honestly, it's my honor. I'm very proud that she's my sister. I'm always having a good time working with her.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that my sister is happy. I want to try to sacrifice her work.
I almost feel like a puppeteer, and I feel like she's my puppet. I actually
I'm her arms and I'm her legs.
I live through her. I can't dance, so she dances for me. She brings my vision to life.
She's my inspiration.
So I'm very limited in many ways, and so she is the extension of me, of who I am.
Been a long time now, get to you somehow. Gonna mess around, you bring me down, and I get back, don't make sense goodbye. Gonna mess around, you bring me down, and I get back, don't make sense goodbye.
She's so talented. Like, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't be dancing. She totally neglects. She doesn't think she's good at it. And I'm like, you're really good. You're natural at this. That's why I use her in my videos, because I know she's actually very good. I don't want to be afraid to express myself. I don't want to be afraid to be flamboyant or be afraid about what other people think or what society thinks. I have a lot of conservative friends and family members who don't understand sometimes the things that I do. They might think it's ridiculous, but I don't really care. As long as I'm happy and I'm being genuine with who I am, I think nothing else matters. Screw it. This is me. This is how I look. I can't do anything about it. I have to accept it. I have, wake up in the middle of the night and I have to pinch myself. And is this really happening? Am I really going through this experience? So, if I pinch myself, hopefully I'll wake up, but I don't. So it's something I have to live with for the rest of my life. And this is where art comes in. It just helps me forget a little bit about how hard reality can be. And I think being artistic helps me cope with reality, helps me daydream, helps me imagine, helps me be like a kid at heart, where I don't have to really think about my problems, just be genuinely happy. Everyone has a tragedy. Everyone is going through something. Everyone feels trapped one way or another. And I feel, yes, physically trapped, but I could feel trapped in a society or trapped trying to really, make other people happy, live up to their standards. And I just want to be my own person, and I feel trapped sometimes in that sense. I love life, I do, and I want to live it to the fullest every day. Take one day at a time and be the best person I can be, and hopefully fulfill all the dreams that I have. And yes, it's very important that I continue to be creative, to be artistic, to make my videos, to have my shoots, because that's my way of expressing myself. That's my way of connecting with people. And I live for connections, but I really try to be grateful for everything, no matter what.